Bathroom ventilation is more than just switching on your exhaust fan. Today, we are going to dig into the various factors affecting how effective you ventilate your bathroom. Let's begin. Bathroom ventilation, the number one item we thought about is always the exhaust fan. There are many different types on the market and they come in all sizes and performance and price. How do we select them? Well, they come in, the simplest one is this type of ceiling mounted exhaust fan. Typically, they look something like that. This is the simplest exhaust fan, no frill, and in most of condition, efficient. However, we got to be really careful when selecting them. Most of the time in the boxes, it tells us with the specification how much air is moving, how much air consumption it is taking, and sometimes they would make claims that they are highly energy efficient and reduce the energy consumption. But are they really that good? We need to look at it in a lot more detail by performing a few experiments. In here, we created a cardboard box which is simulating the bathroom. We mounted an exhaust fan on top. Then we use a professional device that is used to measure how much airflow the fan can create. Let's look at the measurement from our experiment. Here we got a chart on the screen which shows the result we measure on 4 different fans. First one is the low energy fans that we showed you the box before. The second one is the same brand of fan, but we bought the second one because the number doesn't look right. So we got the second one to verify the result. The third one is a conventional 200 mm diameter exhaust fan. And the fourth one is we try to put up a bigger fan, a 250 mm diameter, same conventional motor fan, and compare the result. And in here you can see the red columns. They represent when you close all windows and then close your door with the small gap at the bottom of your door of around 6 mm. What is shown here is the low energy fan barely produces any air movement. And the red dotted line here is how much airflow the latest building code is required for bathrooms in houses or residential situation. We can see it's quite far off. When we look at the third one, it's already a lot better, but still not quite hitting the National Construction Code requirement, and even the bigger fan is not performing any better. So what is the next? We provide a gap for the air to go into the bathroom, and we use the National Construction Code air grill requirement, which is 140 centimeters square. With that opening, what it showed us is the low energy fan still not quite get enough airflow. However, when we look at the conventional fan, it already got more than compliant performance, even though it just barely. And the bigger fan, the 250 mm diameter, got no problem providing what the building code is required. To be fair, we open up the door, provide a big opening so there's no restriction from the air intake. And it shows in the green columns, which shows, the low energy fan is providing good enough. It got a 30 liter per second movement. So in a sense, it does comply with the building code, because in the building code, it doesn't specify whether we open or close the door. However, in real life, particularly in winter, how many of you would use a bathroom when the door is open and you open a window for ventilation? I don't think so. The other issue here is, even if you open a window, you're ventilating, the fan provides enough suction and taking out more than the 25 liters per second. However, you're pretty much just taking the air directly from the window and exhaust it to the roof. It doesn't really go down to the source of the odor, if you know what I mean. Okay, now we know not all the fans are the same. They perform fairly different. Now let's look at the next item on the list, which is the draft stoppers. The reason why we need the draft stopper is very simple. For a normal household, how many hours do you think the fan is operating? Normally, no more than 2 hours per day, and 2 hours is already a fair bit exaggerated. What happens when the fan is not running? Air just moving through the hole and then go through your roof. Particularly if you're living in a house with tile roof, when your fan is just connected to your ceiling space, which is very common. Rarely we see houses got the exhaust ducted directly to the outside, which in fact should be the best practice. When we are not getting the best, let's see what we can do to reduce. That's what we call a draft stopper. This is a tight house draft stopper, which you can get from our shop through the link below. Here is another option, which is a two-flap, a butterfly draft stopper. They sit on top of your exhaust fan, which stop the free airflow through that hole. Sounds simple, but the different types of draft stopper perform very differently. Apart from how well the draft stoppers stop the air leak when the fan is not running, we also need to look into how restrictive it is when the fan is actually run. Here is the results comparing different draft stoppers. The chart looks quite complicated, but let me explain to you. It's not as hard as you think. We are talking about no draft stopper, the butterfly draft stopper, and the two different tight house products. And we are evaluating it in 3 different situations. The first one is a relatively still day. You got a little bit of wind, but it's not really, you won't even call it a breezy day. And with a bit of temperature difference, it can quite easily create a 5 pascal pressure difference between indoor and your roof cavity. And in here we can see with no draft stopper, you are losing almost 40 liters per second on a still day, which is a lot of air movement. It's almost as much as when you run the fan. And then with the butterfly draft stopper, it dropped down to 9, which is a 77% reduction. Not sounding too bad, but compared to the 2 tight house products, which almost completely eliminate the airflow when it's on a relatively still day. Now, we come to a slightly breezy day. You can feel the air. And with a winter day, you got a 15, 20 degree temperature difference between inside and outside. You'll see on a breezier day, the hole without a draft stopper can go up to 55, 56 liters, which is a fair bit of air moving out from your house. With the butterfly draft stopper, it's still got roughly 25 liters per second, which is as much as running the low energy exhaust fan. And compared to the tight house products, they are well under 5 liters. And on a windy day, with the hole alone, we are losing close to 70 liters per second, which is a lot of air. And the butterfly draft stopper is not doing much better, it's 45 liters. And the tight house is under 20 and is still within the 5 liter range. So it tells you whether the draft stopper is doing its job to stop air movement and doing the draft proofing. The construction of this butterfly draft stopper is a bit complicated. You can see there is a lot of junction, which you got gaps. And because they don't have a rim to stabilize when it's sitting on the plasterboard, it can be wobbly and not flat because it's a combination of 2 pieces. When you compare to the one-piece molded tight house with a rim that reinforces stability of the framing, it is a lot more robust. When you see it sitting on the plasterboard, it created a lot more flush seal, also a lot better counterweighted and holding the weight and the seal on. And here we are looking at the result combining the draft stoppers and the fan. Here we can see the low energy fan because they perform very similar. We just do one set of tests. With the door open and no draft stopper, it's running at 30 liters per second, which is comply with the National Construction Code. However, as soon as we put on the draft stopper, the flow dries up. With the conventional fan, even the draft stopper slightly reduced, the flow is still well over the construction code requirement. And with the bigger fan, you have no problem at all. So whether this is energy saving at all, I doubt it. To conclude the video, what we've learned here is, number one, you need to have a good exhaust fan that is performing. Number two, you need a draft stopper to look after the hole created by the exhaust fan when the fan is not running. And three, you need a good door grill or a very deep undercut to provide enough air for the exhaust fan to drag out. That's how you get effective ventilation for your bathroom.